Yeah, but okay, we are here with David Simmonds, who is Vice President and Spokesperson for Employment of CEMR. Good morning. You are from Great Britain.
Correct.
Right,
yes.
and from Hillingdon.
Yes, which is, if you've been to Heathrow Airport,
yes,
you've been to Hillingdon. That's
great.
municipal authority.
So just
Western London.
Western London. Okay, great. So, what is the message you bring here today?
Well, the UK's decision to leave the European Union absolutely does not mean that the UK is leaving Europe. Our trading partners, our allies, our historical links are with our neighbours in Europe, and I'm determined that the UK will play a full part in the discussions and will maintain those very close links through the process of negotiating what happens around Brexit, because we need to make sure that we have a really positive relationship with our neighbours in Europe for the future.
Well, it sounds a bit odd, you know, because Britain is going out of UK. At the same time, asked for good relationships, and you know, Europe is in a deep crisis at the moment. And do you think Britain can help pushing European Union out of the crisis?
Well, local government is key to bringing people together. It's local government that does the work of supporting people throughout Europe, and of course many of the nations that are in Europe are not part of the European Union. So we need to make sure that we have proper foundations for close cooperation, and that's one of the things that the meeting today is going to be about.
So basically you say if we go back to the regional level, that can be a key to work out the problems.
If we look at how the refugee crisis is being managed, it's the local and regional governments of Europe that are coming together, finding homes for those families, working together to support them, and to make sure that the impact on local communities is minimised. And so that provides a really good example of how local and regional government is a model for cooperation.
But the refugee crisis was one of the key issues that pushed the electors in UK to vote against Europe.
I think
is that true?
The outcome of the referendum in the UK was extremely complex. There are clearly many people who feel that globalisation of economies has left them behind, and that was definitely a factor in the way that people voted. But what I'm determined to do is to make sure that the UK plays a full part in Europe, both with the EU and with the non-EU nations of Europe.
What do you think the terrorist attacks of yesterday can mean for the future of UK and of Europe?
The UK has had to deal with terrorism on its own shores for a very long time, and we're very much determined that that is not going to put us off, that we're not going to turn our backs on the wider world. Our Prime Minister's been very clear about that, and one of the reasons why I'm here today in Rome is because I want the message to be very clear that the UK is going to remain absolutely committed to those international relationships which are so important.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's okay.